No matter who your lawyer is, you are screwed. So I gotta ask, where do you see this ending?
Where do I see it ending? With me on top, like always.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the absolute greatest television send-offs that aired in the 21st century.
I was under a misapprehension that my accomplishments were mine alone. Nothing could be further from the truth.
While a few of these shows technically premiered in the 90s, all that matters is that they ended after the year 2009. Since we're talking about endings, beware of spoilers. Number 30, May God Bless and Keep You Always, Parenthood. Hug your family and grab a box of tissues. You're gonna need both to make it through this one.
I'm sorry. Brothers? I'm sorry. Brothers. Friends.
And even then, it's basically impossible to say goodbye to the Braverman clan without a few blubbering sobs. Don't worry though, they're happy tears.
Have I ever told you that you're my favorite?
Dad, come on.
I think instinctively you must know.
I mean, it's...
Well, you've gotten away with everything.
After 6 years of seeing this family struggle and grow together, it's a certain kind of relief to see everyone get their happily ever after. Sarah gets married, familiar faces return, Max finds a job, Adam discovers his purpose. We could go on. It's an hour of waterworks, hugs, speeches, and farewells. In other words, it's Parenthood at its best.
Forever young.
Number 29, The Stockholm Syndrome, The Big Bang Theory. Take out a pregnancy and a pair of Nobel Prizes in physics. What else could you ask for in an ending to The Big Bang Theory? The Stockholm Syndrome checks every box a fan could possibly want.
You need to focus on the positive. You won a Nobel Prize. I slapped Sheldon. A lot of dreams came true today.
There's big, applause-worthy revelations, happy endings around every corner, and enough grand gestures to guarantee you leave with a smile on your face.
I was there the moment Leonard and Penny met. He said to me that their babies would be smart and beautiful. And now that they're expecting, I have no doubt that that will be the case.
Naturally, as the minutes tick by, the cast reunites in apartment 4A, Chinese food at the ready. Even though this gang of nerds has evolved so much over the years, The Big Bang Theory makes sure you know that some things never change.
Unraveling the mystery that all started with a big bang.
Number 28, Episode 6, Fleabag.
I love you. And then I don't. No, let's just leave that out there just for a second on its own. I love you.
At the end of a deeply funny final hour, Fleabag sits with her sordid lover at a bus station and bids farewell.
I love you too.
But then she turns to the camera, addressing the audience who'd followed her all this way, and says goodbye to us too. It's a bold and symbolic end to her journey, one that forgoes a ride off into the sunset for something much more authentic, and also much more Fleabag. Episode 6 is less of an ending and more of a to be continued. The only difference is now, Fleabag doesn't need us following her around anymore. As bittersweet as it is, we can't be too mad about that. Number 27, The Last Day, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I wasn't expecting to get this emotional.
It's not bad for an old robot, huh? Yeep, warp, see.
In spirit with all the hijinks they got up to over 8 seasons, ending with a good old-fashioned caper just feels right, especially since the winner is henceforth crowned the grand champion of the 9-9 forevermore.
Yeah, guys want to trade? Hitchcock, Scully, and the donkey, 3 for 1. I'll even throw in Cheddar.
Why? So he can spy on me?
Oh, please. Cheddar's not a spy. A board she's onto us.
By leaning on one of its best recurring jokes, Brooklyn Nine-Nine keeps things fast, fresh, and funny to the very end. Okay, we admit it. Watching the elevator close on Jake left us in desperate need of a Kleenex, but The Last Day deserves praise for going out with more laughs than tears.
Working at the car wash.
No!
Number 2 and 5, you're off key. Number 3, you're coming in way too early. I mean, what are we even doing here, guys? So which one do you think killed your family?
It spent its final minutes underlining why the 99th precinct was and always will be something special.
But I want you to know, if I had a son, and he had turned out like you, I would be very proud of him.
Thank you, sir.
Number 26, CI, Samurai Jack. 13 years. That's how long Samurai Jack fans waited for a proper conclusion to the series.
After all these years, I have captured Samurai Jack and the sword!
So to say expectations were high would be a major understatement. Thankfully, Jack's climactic swing was well worth the wait. Patience is a virtue after all, and so is slicing shape-shifting demons apparently.
You might have beaten me now, but I will destroy you in the future.
There is no future for you, Aku.
There's really no way to sum up how cathartic it is to see Aku finally meet his end after so long. In a way, the decade-spanning wait between seasons helped add to the gravity of this inevitable confrontation. While not a totally happy ending, there's no denying Samurai Jack's last episode will stand the test of time. Number 25, A Hard Way to Go, Ozark.
I believe my sister was behind the attempt on my life.
Why would you think that?
She came to see me.
Historically, linking arms with Mexican drug cartels doesn't end well. As a result, there's a thick sense of dread hanging over the bird's every move, and it all comes to the head here. In true Ozark fashion, there's double crosses, murders, dramatic confessions, and pulpy thrills galore.
I'm not sorry. Your son was a murdering bitch. And now I know where he got it from.
But subverting every expectation, our favorite clan of money launderers make it out thick as thieves. If anything, their illegal extracurriculars have brought them closer together. It may not be the most recommended form of family bonding, but we can't argue with the entertaining results. After all, who says the bad guys can't win every now and then? Number 24, Saul Gone, Better Call Saul.
Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna grab a flight to Omaha, Nebraska ASAP. Yeah, there's nothing direct, so you're gonna have to connect through Houston.
Who's paying for this?
You are. Listen, you hear that?
Hear what?
Bang, bang! That's opportunity knocking. Get off your ass and answer the door.
After years of brilliant television and even a sequel film, this spin-off had the Herculean task of putting an official end to the Breaking Bad universe. How'd they do it? By calling Saul, of course. It's incredibly poetic that Saul's story ends with him back in a courtroom, just on the wrong side of it.
Mr. Goodman, sit down and stay seated.
The name's McGill. I'm James McGill.
Add in a gorgeous black and white color palette and some sharp writing, and we're left with a powerful adieu to Better Call Saul. It's not happy exactly, but it's not entirely somber either. Like the rest of the show, it's perfectly bittersweet, and quite frankly, we couldn't have asked for anything better.
Shut up! Saul! Shut the hell up! Saul! Shut up! Saul!
Number 23, Hello Elliot, Mr. Robot.
Just who exactly do you think the thief is here?
I'm running late. I gotta get going.
Whether we knew it or not, every hack, heist, and techno crime had always been building to one ultimate twist. The Elliot we know isn't so real after all.
Are you Elliot Alderson?
How do I take off a mask when it stops being a mask?
Is this you or?
It's me. Sometimes my mask takes over.
Once you wrap your head around all the implications, you realize there really wasn't any other way Mr. Robot could have ended. Seeing Elliot literally fight himself is a brilliant depiction of the series' themes of identity and self-autonomy. In retrospect, we shouldn't be surprised it works so well. Series creator Sam Esmail had this ending in mind from the very beginning. Considering he also wrote and directed the finale, it's no wonder Mr. Robot's last episode feels perfectly inevitable. Number 22, Nice While It Lasted, BoJack Horseman.
Thanks for picking me up.
The jury finds you guilty of being a super cool dude, am I right?
You're extremely clever. Can we go?
I sentence you to life, filled with my friendship.
If this is my only other option, I choose prison.
For a finale, this sure feels a lot like a new beginning. That's the beauty of BoJack Horseman, though. Despite it starring an anthropomorphic horse, it managed to tap into intrinsically human themes in a way few shows do.
I'm trying to set little goals for myself. Like, in a couple months, I'll beat my record for being sober.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's something to aim for.
That's on full display in Nice While It Lasted. Expertly towing the line between despair and hilarity, it chronicles BoJack making amends with just about every character. Fittingly, it ends with him and Diane on a rooftop as they reminisce over everything.
I think there are people that help you become the person that you end up being, and you can be grateful for them, even if they were never meant to be in your life forever. I'm glad I knew you too.
There's no sugarcoating it. This is the end of their relationship. But BoJack never lets you forget that this is the start of something new too.
Know that you're tired. Know that you're sore and sick inside for some reason.
Number 21, Emotional Consequences of Broadcast Television, Community.
We just finished year 6. And it was hard work, and I don't want to care about Greendale, and I don't want to spend my brief moment of humanity doing conceptual riffs, developing the imaginary TV show of our lives.
As part of a long-running inside joke, fans of Greendale's study group spent years rallying around one hope: that Community would get the fabled 6 seasons and a movie. It's no trip to the big screen, but this finale delivers the other half of that promise with aplomb. In addition to the emphatic goodbyes, Community takes the meta route, letting its characters break the fourth wall and pitch their own version of a 7th season.
How was your day? Did anything funny happen?
Oh, who cares? How was your day?
Good. Sebastian did some drawing.
Sebastian? Let's look at him. Sebastian!
Sebastian!
Oh, back to your child area.
Oh.
It's funny, heartfelt, and feels like the perfect conclusion to such an irreverent show. But that's not to say we don't want more. We're still waiting for that movie.
This is the show.
Right, it is right.
Number 20, Goodnight Seattle, Frasier. Between Roz's promotion, Martin's wedding, and Niles and Daphne becoming parents, Goodnight Seattle gave each supporting player a touching send-off. What about Frasier himself, though? Including his time on Cheers, we followed Frasier for 20 years. After all that time, what can you possibly say? Well, having such a way with words, Frasier sums it up in his farewell speech with a little help from Alfred, Lord Tennyson.
And I think what it says is that while it's tempting to play it safe, the more we're willing to risk, the more alive we are. In the end, what we regret most are the chances we never took.
Frasier's commentary on taking risks is only given more weight when we get to the final scene, which subtly reveals that he chose love over the safer road. It may not be the last we see of Frasier with a Paramount Plus revival being ordered, but Goodnight Seattle will always be a sentimental ending to this chapter.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chicago. For your safety, the captain has asked that you remain seated.
Wish me luck.
Number 19, Brave New World, Boy Meets World. Boy Meets World taught us much about the inevitability of change. After 7 years, though, we couldn't imagine Friday nights without Corey, Topanga, and the gang. The finale softens the blow with plenty of laughs, especially Eric's doll and Corey's meta title drop.
Boy Meets World. Now I get it.
However, the time to say goodbye eventually arrives. The final scene goes back to where it started with the original central characters. One by one, the 4 kids we watched mature into adults bid farewell to the teacher who guided them through it all. The final moments propel Brave New World from a solid finale to one of the greats. Not every TGIF sitcom ended with a true sense of finality, but Mr. Feeney's closing remark continues to pull at our heartstrings.
I love you all. Class dismissed.
Number 18, The Wrath of the Lamb, Hannibal. Throughout its tragically short run, Hannibal had a way of topping itself with each season finale. Wrath of the Lamb was every bit as bloody, intense, and atmospheric as we could have hoped for, complete with a pulse-pounding confrontation between Lecter and Graham.
This is all I ever wanted for you. Well, for both of us.
From the beginning, these two kept us guessing in different ways. We always knew that the unhinged Lecter would go out a monster, but Graham emerged as an unlikely wild card. By the conclusion, it's debatable if Graham is closer to a hero or villain. All we know is that he can't live with or without Lecter, leading to a beautifully ambiguous ending. Of course, if season 4 ever got the green light, we'd gladly gather around the dinner table for another meal. Number 17, Graduation, Malcolm in the Middle. Taking a cynical approach to the coming-of-age sitcom, Malcolm in the Middle endowed a sad but true lesson: life is unfair. Just because you're the smartest person in the room doesn't mean things will ever come easy. In many cases, though, those who suffer the most go on to change the world. It's not the road that Malcolm would have chosen, but it's the one that might lead him to the presidency someday.
This is unbelievable. You actually expect me to be president? No, I'm sorry. You expect me to be one of the greatest presidents in the history of the United States.
You look me in the eye and you tell me you can't do it.
Malcolm also finds that even when childhood ends, the bonds of family endure, for better or worse. While maintaining the show's signature edge, Graduation still manages to be a sincere ending with emotional growth for every member of the no last name family. At least we think that's their surname. It's hilariously never said aloud.
And now, with his valedictory speech, please welcome Malcolm.
Number 16, And in the End, ER. Of all the shows on this list, ER had the lengthiest run of 15 seasons. During that time, the medical drama saw various ups and downs. Thankfully, the finale wasn't just a high point for the series. It was an Emmy-winning event that recaptured the stimulating sensation we experienced when the show first aired.
Yippee-ki-yay. You want to be an ER doc? This is the fun part.
Both the pilot and finale sum up a typical day at County General Hospital. A new trial awaits around every corner, and just when things start settling down, matters get more chaotic than ever. Unlike the pilot, though, the ER finale had to deliver on a decade and a half of storytelling. The finale is full of memorable character moments, and even those who don't play a significant role are still felt in spirit.
Dr. Green, coming?
Number 15, One Last Ride, Parks and Recreation. When Parks and Rec premiered, it seemed like an exaggeration of government incompetence. Not long after the series ended, its portrayal of politics started to feel much closer to the real deal. One Last Ride leaves us with a hopeful reminder, however. No matter how bad things get, there will always be people like Leslie Knope trying to make the world better.
There you have it, sir. Another problem solved by the hard work of dedicated public servants.
Okay, great. Bye.
Yeah, that's about right.
Even a simple gesture like fixing a swing can go a long way. The finale looks to an optimistic future where April and Andy become parents, Leslie and Ben become even stronger as a couple, and virtually everyone has achieved their career goals. The people of Pawnee still struggle to remember Gary, Jerry, Larry, Terry, Barry's name, but we'll never forget this farewell.
They spelled his name wrong on the tombstone.
Close enough.
Number 14, I Say a Little Prayer, Nurse Jackie. Throughout its 7-season run, people often debated whether Nurse Jackie was more of a comedy or a drama. I Say a Little Prayer seems to solidify the show as a tragedy, amounting to an appropriately bleak exit. The finale presents Jackie Payton with an opportunity to turn over a new leaf, leaving All Saints Hospital behind. Alas, old habits die hard, and Jackie ultimately succumbs to her addiction. Jackie's overdose might have resulted in her death, but even if she survived, there's little chance that she'll ever change. And speaking of virtuous cycles, Zoe's final line brings things full circle with Jackie finally hearing the words,
"You're good, Jackie. You're good. You're good."
It's a haunting ending, but given Jackie's story, it's not an unearned one. Number 13, Whenever You're Ready, The Good Place. In a show known for its bonkers plot twists, the biggest shock of all is how they managed to absolutely nail their finale. We don't throw around the word perfect lightly, but seriously, The Good Place's final episode is perfect.
I know what you mean. Once I smoked salvia and saw the past and the future at the same time. Then I tried to brush my teeth with my cat.
With time, care, and humor, we get to see each of our favorite characters find fulfillment and, eventually, pass on to whatever comes next. There's no other way to put it. It's simply beautiful. Michael is the last to go, and true to form, he chooses to live out his days as a human, but not before giving us one final piece of advice.
Take it sleazy.
Number 12, 30, The Wire. This finale's title alludes to a journalistic phrase used to mark the end of a story. It's fitting, seeing how the final season revolved around the media's role in law enforcement. What's more, 30 effectively wraps up several story arcs, most of which we see through a bittersweet closing montage. While it may be the end for this large cast of characters, the issues they've encountered are far from over. If anything, very little has changed. Even when an addict like Bubbles turns his life around, another is inclined to take his place. Scoring an Emmy nomination for writing, the finale remains faithful to the uncompromising realism that David Simon has always been known for, while still providing closure across the board.
Let's go.
Number 11, Chosen, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The Buffy finale took several chances that paid off in rousing fashion. Multiple main characters die, some of which eventually come back, while others aren't as lucky. Sunnydale is obliterated, saying goodbye to one of TV's most iconic small towns. For all the sacrifice, Chosen is also packed with game-changing triumphs. Buffy may be a badass, but she couldn't have saved the world on a regular basis without her fellow Scoobies. In their last stand against the first evil, Buffy receives more support than ever as every potential Slayer unlocks the power inside.
From now on, every girl in the world who might be a Slayer will be a Slayer. Every girl who could have the power will have the power. Can stand up, will stand up.
With a mix of action, tragedy, and pop culture references, Chosen delivered everything we could want from a Buffy finale, while leaving the door open for further adventures in the comics.
Yeah, Buffy. What are we gonna do now?
Number 10, Happy Ending, Schitt's Creek. A lot of fans didn't discover Schitt's Creek until later in its run. Given the show's growing popularity, it would have been tempting for Dan Levy and company to keep it going several more years. Instead, Levy decided to go out on top after 6 seasons. Although not everyone was ready to say goodbye to the Rose family, we couldn't have asked for a more satisfying ending. Speaking of being satisfied, David gets 2 happy endings, one with Patrick and another with a masseur.
I've always heard about things like that, but I've never actually gotten one. Did you have to pay extra for that?
I didn't pay for a happy ending. I paid for a massage. He gave you a happy ending on our wedding day?
Johnny, Moira, and Alexis also learned that happiness doesn't necessarily come from wealth. It comes from friends, family, and finding the best version of yourself. As far as sitcom finales go, Happy Ending is simply one of the best.
What is it?
Just wanted one last look. Driver, we're ready.
Number 9, The Book of Nora, The Leftovers. When The Leftovers premiered, Carrie Coon's Nora was essentially a supporting player. Nora quickly stole the show with the finale even being named after her. The Book of Nora builds to a riveting monologue detailing what could have happened to the departed. The writing and Kuhn's delivery paint such a vivid picture that we feel like we're there with Nora.
And then you changed your mind.
No. I didn't change my mind. I went through.
Of course, we never learn if Nora was telling the truth about this alternate reality. Unlike another supernatural series co-created by Damon Lindelof, though, The Leftovers was never about getting concrete answers. It was about dealing with grief and the unexplainable, which the Book of Nora brilliantly conveys. The finale lets the mystery be, and embraces The Leftovers for what it truly was, a love story.
I'm here.
Number 8, Person to Person, Mad Men.
I have a person-to-person call for Peggy Olson from Donald Draper.
This is Peggy Olson, I accept. Where the hell are you?
Don Draper / Dick Whitman spent most of his life trying to figure out who he is. In the episode that finally won John Hamm an overdue Emmy, Don seemingly has an epiphany. Some assume that he left it all behind and became a hippie, but we like to think that Don realized what's been in front of him this whole time. He's an ad man. Don will never be the traditional husband or father we often see in commercials. However, Don knows how to sell that idealized lifestyle. In the end, none of the Mad Men characters are like the people depicted in ads, but they all show some maturity as the 70s usher in a new era of peace, love, war, and Coca-Cola.
I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle doves.
Number 7, Start, The Americans. Despite not being especially action-heavy, Start is one of the most intense finales we've ever seen. The whole episode is like watching a bomb defuse with a crucial wire being cut in a parking garage.
We had a job to do. We had a job to do.
With their cover blown, Philip appeals to FBI agent Stan as a friend and neighbor. Being a Soviet spy, though, it's hard to say how sincere Philip's words are. In any case, everyone is forced to be true to themselves in the end. While Philip and Elizabeth have always been loyal to their homeland, Paige is an American and can't follow the same path as her parents. Winning Emmys for writing and Matthew Rhys's captivating performance, Start saw family and country collide in heartbreaking ways.
Feels strange.
What do you think, Neil?
Number 6, Always, Friday Night Lights. Like the season 1 finale, Always once again finds Coach Taylor at the state championship. The difference this time is that the game's outcome doesn't really matter. We don't even see the entire final play that wins the Lions the championship. Even if East Dillon had lost, they still would have played their best, which is what's most important. While football drew us to this series, the game of life kept us coming back. Everyone wins in that respect, with Matt and Julie getting engaged, Tim and Tyra returning, and Tammy and Eric settling in Philadelphia. Always also proved victorious at the Emmys, winning for Jason Katims' teleplay and Kyle Chandler's performance. In reality and fiction, it was a fairy tale ending to a genuine underdog story.
You ready to go home?
Yeah, let's go.
Number 5, the last one, Friends. Being the definitive comfort food show, it's only appropriate that the Friends finale gave fans exactly what they wanted. At the same time, the creators threw several curveballs, with Monica and Chandler becoming parents to 2 children, Gunther making an unexpected confession, and a suspenseful race to the airport that had us holding our breath until the last second.
Oh my God, did she get off the plane? Did she get off the plane?
I got off the plane.
Attracting 52.5 million viewers, the last one remains the century's most watched series finale. Granted, the ratings game has significantly changed with the rise of DVR and streaming. Even with those innovations, few finales have come close to matching the impact of Friends. It was the kind of television event that we honestly rarely see anymore, uniting audiences for a night of laughs, tears, and goodbyes.
Okay, should we get some coffee?
Sure. Where?
Number 4, Made in America, The Sopranos. When we made our list of the top 10 disappointing TV show finales, Made in America was generally seen as the most infamous in HBO history. Much has changed since then. For starters, another HBO finale has claimed that dubious throne. More importantly, many have come to recognize the genius of The Sopranos finale, us included. At the time, everyone dwelled on Tony's cut-to-black exit, writing it off as abrupt and unfulfilling. Rewatching the series, though, David Chase clearly planted seeds for this ending, which is far more thematically satisfying than we initially gave it credit.
I mean, yeah, our line of work, it's always out there. You probably don't even hear it when it happens, right?
The fact that fans are still analyzing the finale over a decade later is a testament to its staying power, solidifying Made in America as one of the best. Number 3, Sozin's Comet, Avatar: The Last Airbender. When we think of epic finales that fire on all cylinders, Sozin's Comet immediately comes to mind. From the animation to the action, this four-parter is a spectacle in every sense. The epic scope applies to the emotional stakes, with every major character receiving a heartfelt exit. Even several supporting characters we hadn't seen in a while return for a proper goodbye. Virtually no stone is left unturned, showing just how dedicated and passionate these artists were. Apparently, the crew was willing to pay out of their own pockets to guarantee that the finale went above and beyond. Thankfully, Nickelodeon gave them the budget to fulfill their cinematic vision. Thrilling, tear-jerking, and even quite funny at times, Sozin's Comet is one for the ages. Number 2, Everyone's Waiting, 6 Feet Under. Even the most well-received finales are usually bound to have a few cynics. However, we've yet to find someone who wasn't deeply touched by Everyone's Waiting. Going against the show's convention, the episode commences with a birth. It wouldn't be 6 Feet Under without death, though, and the ending unleashes a tidal wave of emotions.
Oh, I want to take a picture of everyone.
Can't take a picture of this, it's already gone.
As Claire drives off to her new life, we're given a glimpse of what the future holds and how each character will go. Some die peacefully, others are taken too soon, and each death hits us hard. A finale can easily destroy a show's legacy, but Everyone's Waiting has only helped 6 Feet Under to stand the test of time. If we're alive in 2085, we're definitely rewatching this one. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Felina, Breaking Bad. Going into the series finale, Breaking Bad still had so many balls in the air. How could Walt possibly get his money to his family? Would Jesse escape from captivity? What about the ricin? Vince Gilligan managed to wrap up everything in a tidy bow, however. Well, tidy might not be the right word, as Walter White's journey naturally ends in blood and mayhem. Yet it also ends with redemption, reconciliation, and sweet, sweet revenge against Todd.
Mr. White.
We can't imagine Heisenberg's story ending any other way, living up to the increasingly high standards that the series kept finding new ways to surpass. Where so many other shows overstay their welcome or end on a rushed note, Felina knew precisely how to stick the landing.
Special love I had for you.
Which TV series do you think has a perfect finale? Let us know if it made our list in the comments below.
To Uncle Nick?
Yeah. To Uncle Nate.
Can you say to Daddy? To Daddy.